Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever which part of the world you are. Today we're gonna talk about solar system.
Oh yeah,
Okay, how are you, Maulik?
damn
Good. That sounds good. Okay, so today the one of the important topic we wanted to cover, like about solar system. Okay, we
good.
learn
Yeah.
about a bit about solar system. Okay, what is the all solar system is all about. Okay, so guys, this is a diagram which we have taken from the site called firstcry.com. Okay, so in our solar system, the sun is the center of our solar system.
Yeah.
The sun is the center of our solar system, and all the planets are like what, revolving around the sun.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you see, there is an order in which they are organized. The
Yeah.
closest to sun is what? Mercury.
Yep.
After Mercury,
Venus.
Venus. After Venus,
Earth.
Earth. After Earth,
Mars.
Mars. Mars after then Jupiter,
Jupiter.
and then Saturn,
Saturn.
and then
Uranus.
Uranus and the Neptune. So in the exam, they ask you like kind of a question like, okay, tell me the planet which is closest to Sun.
Mercury.
Tell me the planet which is closest to Neptune,
What?
which is sorry, which is the furthermore away from Sun,
Neptune.
Neptune. The closest is the Mercury. The farthest most is the Neptune.
Neptune.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then they ask you the question, okay, tell me which is the planet which is the hottest and which is the coldest planet.
The hottest is Venus and the coldest is Neptune.
The hottest is the Venus one and the closest one is the Venus one. Okay.
Neptune.
Sorry, Neptune. Yeah. Now, Maulik, there are some other name given to the planet. For example, Mars. No, Mars is also called as what?
Red
Red
planet.
planet. Okay. While Earth is called as what?
Blue or green planet.
Blue planet, not green planet.
Also
Earth is
green.
called blue. No, only blue planet.
Okay.
Why it's called blue planet? Because there's a lot of water on our Earth.
Yeah.
That's why it's called blue planet.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what is Saturn is also called? What is the other?
Saturn is called
A
the
planet with rings.
the
The
planet
planet with rings. If you see, there is a lot of rings
planet
here.
of rings.
Planet of rings. Yeah. That is
What it
called.
does, it takes comets and then
Let's not go in detail for now. As of now, we'll keep it simple. Okay. Okay. Now they ask you the question: which is the planet which is the biggest in the size?
Jupiter.
Yeah, the Jupiter is the biggest in the size. This is known as also known as a giant planet.
Gas
Also,
giant.
yeah, it's also known as a what?
Gas
Gas giant.
The gas
Okay.
giant.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. One question comes to my mind, Maulik.
What?
What question comes to my mind is this. See, to be very frank, Mercury is closer to Sun.
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
If the Mercury is closer to Sun, then Mercury should be more hotter than Venus.
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But now what they are saying, the hottest planet is Venus. Why? So let's try to find this answer. Why the Venus is the hottest planet, not the Mercury? Okay.
Yeah.
So what we will do, we'll take the help of ChatGPT, and with the help of ChatGPT, we have created a very beautiful diagram which explains the concept why Venus is hotter than Mercury.
Yeah.
Okay, so this diagram explains a lot, guys. Okay, so what happens, guys? Near Venus, no, it is like surrounded by carbon dioxide layer.
Yeah.
Okay,
Or
if you see,
atmosphere.
like it's also this called atmosphere is there, but in the case of Neptune, sorry, in the case of Mercury, there is no atmosphere.
Yeah.
So think like this: the heat comes here, and then the heat gets trapped because of the carbon dioxide.
Yeah.
Okay, the heat is getting trapped by what? Carbon dioxide.
Yeah.
This effect is called as what? Greenhouse effect.
Yeah.
That's why whatever the heat comes remains over there.
Yeah.
So Venus have the thick carbon dioxide atmosphere. Because of this carbon dioxide atmosphere, whatever the heat comes, that heat stays in. That's why the Venus is hotter than Mercury. So the temperature on the Venus is normally 470 degrees Celsius, which is almost constant in respect of day and night. Because heat is trapped over there.
Yeah.
And this effect is called what? Greenhouse effect. Okay, effect. But in the case of Mercury, two things. First, it moves very fast. It's the very fastest planet. Okay. Also, there is no atmosphere. So whatever the sunlight comes out, the heat escapes because there is no atmosphere is there.
Right.
Okay. So in the day, if you see, the temperature goes up to 430 degrees Celsius.
Yes.
In the day, the temperature can go up to 430 degrees Celsius, but in the night, it's minus 180 degrees Celsius. So see how much difference is there. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. What I can do, I can also ask ChatGPT to explain me in table form, in table format. So what it will do, it will explain this diagram into table format to you. Okay. So what? Okay, it's not taking my question. No problem. I will say the same question here. Why Venus is hotter than Mercury? Explain in tabular format. Explain in tabular format. So, Maulik, the idea is this, why I'm explaining you in the tabular format, because in the exam you have to write the bullet point to get the marks. Okay. So this is what I'm saying. Ah, okay. It is trying to generate me the image. I didn't want image, but it's okay. Let it generate the image. But we understood, right? Why Venus is hotter than Mercury? Tell me why
Yeah.
it's hotter.
Venus has what do you call an atmosphere,
Mm-hmm.
made up of CO2 or carbon dioxide.
Mm-hmm.
Right, it's a thick atmosphere,
Mm.
and the constant temperature is 470 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, very good.
And how it's happens by a type of effect called the greenhouse effect.
Yeah, very good. But in case of Mercury, there is a greenhouse effect.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Huh?
In the case of Mercury, do we have greenhouse effect?
No.
No. In the case no greenhouse effect, that's why whatever the heat comes, that goes away.
Yeah.
We asked to generate the table from ChatGPT so that we can write in the examination. You have to write in terms of bullet point. Bullet point number one: Venus have thick carbon dioxide layer.
Yeah.
Because of that, heat gets trapped. Why heat got trapped? That effect is called greenhouse effect. The temperature on the Venus is
I think
400. Yeah. See, so this is the way you have to write in the examination. Okay. Why Venus is hotter than Mercury? There is no atmosphere in the Mercury, but there is a thick carbon dioxide atmosphere. Temperature varies from how to how? 430 to 180 minus 180. In the case of Venus, 470-degree constant.
Wow.
Okay. Heat rotation, because of greenhouse effect, the heat get trapped. Because of the greenhouse effect, the heat get trapped. I hope you understood the concept, right?
Yep.
All right. So that's all for now, guys. Have a good day ahead and take care. Bye bye.